So Ted Cruz was answering some questions from the media about the state of the GOP primary, and he was asked what it would take for him not to support Trump if Trump becomes the nominee. So here's what he said, quote, "I know it is a shocking concept to members of the media, a shocking concept that an elected official actually does what he said. At the outset of this campaign, I committed, I will support the Republican nominee, and I honor my word. And honoring your word means you actually honor your word. You do what you said you would do. I know that it is revolutionary, particularly when you've got a candidate like Donald Trump who changes his position on a given issue sometimes 2 or 3 times on the same debate stage. But with me, I'm very simple. When I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Well, I can give you one example where I would no longer support Donald Trump. If, for example, he were to go out on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, I would not be willing to support Donald Trump." So you're saying Dick Cheney's out of the question. We found a Republican that Ted Cruz would not support, Dick Cheney, because he shot a guy in the face. Trump, on the other hand, he's like, that's the only thing he could do where I wouldn't support him. Now, the thing that I find so stunning about this quote is, look at how he frames it. He frames it like it's literally a virtue to support somebody no matter what they do, save murder and shooting somebody. He's like, I will support Donald no matter what. It doesn't matter what he says or does because I'm a man of virtue and principle and I gave my word that I would support him. So he can do anything and I'll fucking support him. That's not virtuous, Ted. That's basically the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's basically the same kind of thinking that happens in authoritarian countries where they pledge to the dear leader. This sounds like fucking North Korea. This sounds like Mussolini, okay? He's like, yeah, no matter what he does, I'll support him. That's not a virtue! That makes you an idiot! I mean, you should have an actual set of principles where if Trump violates said principles, you go, oh, now I'm against him because he violated my principles. But what he's doing is he's saying, I will be loyal to the person over the principle. That makes you a child. That doesn't make you some sort of high-minded, virtuous human being. That makes you a clown. That makes you deeply, deeply authoritarian. He could say anything, I'll support him. The only way I won't support him is if he shoots somebody. And even then, because we know that what did the Republicans do when Cheney shot somebody? Well, what are you going to do? Shit happens. No matter what they support, man. And they're silly enough to think it's virtuous. And Cruz even goes on to say, yeah, he flip-flops all the time, sometimes 2 or 3 times on the same debate stage, but I'll still support him. How childish are you? Even though he flip-flops nonstop, even though he contradicts himself, even though nobody knows what the fuck he believes, even though he's dangerous, even though he's a buffoon, even though he's advocated for killing civilians, I'm still going to support him no matter what. That says so much about the Republican Party. Now compare that to the Democrats. People are so fucking principled that they say, hey, if it comes down to Hillary Clinton versus some crazy Republican, I have moral red lines, so I don't even want to vote for Hillary, even if she's clearly the lesser of two evils. It's so hard for me to do that because she did vote for the Iraq War, because she did vote for the Patriot Act, because she does take Wall Street money, because she did favor deregulation, she did favor outsourcing. Even though Hillary today is pretending to be on the right side of everything, everybody's like, I see through that and I'm principled and I'm not going to bend my principles to support you, a person, over these ideas that I believe in. Look at the difference between parties. One is overwhelmingly principled, almost to a fault where they say, I wouldn't even vote for the lesser of two evils. And these are the opposite. On the Republican side, they're the opposite. They're like, no matter what, I don't care. I'll shut off my mind, throw my principles in the garbage, and support the person over the principle. Very telling about the difference in the mindsets.